everybody, this is Bobby with Bobby Stamps, and I have card 2 for you guys today for my March free card packet promotion. So how this works is if you spend $25 in my online store, you'll receive 1 free card packet from me. If you spend $35, you'll receive 2. If you spend $50, I'm going to send you all 3 of them. And this is how they come. So I have all 3 cards in this one packet. So I'll just open it up really quick, and I'm just going to actually use the items that I have for this card. So this is how it comes, and this is, just trying to see if that's the one I need there. So this one is card 3, this one, and this one is, you guys have probably already seen the video for card 1. So that was what I used to make that card. So I'm just going to put everything back in here. And we'll just set this out of the way for right now. So our card base is Flirty Flamingo. And I'm just going to score that really quick. And then you would also receive a piece of Flirty Flamingo that I've already die cut out for you using the our layered circles, and then also a piece of Whisper White already cut out for you. And then the stamp sets that I'm going to use is Flying Home. And then for the sentiments, I'm using the Sprinkles of Life stamp set. And then this beautiful glitter paper comes from the paper pack in the Occasions catalog, the Myths and Magics 6x6 glimmer paper. This paper, you get 24 sheets, and it is just adorable. It is just so pretty. And then you're also going to receive the amount of Flirty Flamingo ribbon that you need for the card. I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo ink. I'm going to stamp my image in Memento ink. And then you would also receive, I put everything in this nice little baggie for you right here. So there's the ribbon, like I was just saying, that you would get to finish your card. And I put the glimmer paper in there because glimmer paper can be a bit messy. And then this is the piece of glimmer paper we're going to use behind our little sentiment. So I used the label punch to pop that out. So you'd receive that. And then I'm also using the Stampin' Blends markers, and in my first video that I just did for card 1, I accidentally called these Pure Pizzazz because that was the ink, and the cardstock I used, it is actually Old Olive. So I did put a little note in there. I hope you saw that. So I'm using the Dark and Light Old Olive, the Dark and Light, I'm just going to look at the name, I know which ones they are, but I'm just going to make sure, Calypso Coral, and I am also using the Dark and Light Pool Party inks. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to set that out of the way. I'm going to bring in my stamping mat. I need to buy a new one, I think. And then I'm going to stamp on the circle with the Memento ink. And I've already got my little image already on my block. So I'm just going to ink that up. And this dries really quick, so that's why they suggest that you use Memento ink when you're going to be coloring with the Stampin' Blends. That is just a lovely image. I just love this stamp set. Okay, so I'm just going to move that out of the way for right now. I am just going to set that there and let it dry just for a minute. And while we're doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and we'll start layering these pieces together. I just don't want to take any chances on that ink smearing on me. So, oh, and there it goes. Thank goodness it landed on me. Okay, so I'm just going to line that ribbon all the way up, maybe pull it back a tad bit on that end. And then I'm just going to put a piece of tape to hold it in place. And then we'll just do the same thing. And as you can see, I send you plenty of ribbon. I'm not cheap with the things I send to my customers that I expect them to use to put their cards together. Just adjust that a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and just stamp our sentiment on here. And I'm using the Flirty Flamingo ink for that. And it's the one that just says thanks a bunch. So just ink that up, and we're just going to go straight down right in the center like that. Okay. Now I'm just going to put these two over there and let that dry while we're going to be coloring this image. I do want to grab, just going to grab a scratch piece of grid paper because the Stampin' Blends will bleed through while you're coloring, so you just want to watch that. And I'm just going to leave the card lay right there so I can kind of visualize what colors I was using before. So I used the dark Pool Party, and I kind of felt like it didn't really, it wasn't that much darker, so you could go over it a couple of times if you wanted a great differential in the color from the dark to the light. I was okay how it turned out though. I mean, it was enough of a contrasting color for me. And then I just colored this little piece right in here with the dark as well. Okay, and then I went back in with the light and just colored the remainder. And you can kind of see what I mean. There is a slight difference, but it's not a lot. And I kind of like to work not right at the outside, like where the black stamped parts are, so it doesn't maybe accidentally bleed. I did do this part down here in dark too, and it is just like I said, it's just enough of a contrasting color. So I'm just going to pay attention to my card that I've already got done and try to use all the markers at the same time. I'm sure I'm going to miss something and have to go back, but it looks like I did that flower in the Pool Party and the outside of these leaves in the Pool Part in the dark. I'm sorry, the light. I have the light right now. Okay, so we'll do that, and then I went ahead and did a leaf over here in dark, and then this one, and then it looks like this flower. Okay, I think that this is the last one. And you guys can just mix it up, do whatever you want. Colored. Oh, it looks like I did forget. Let me grab really quick. I didn't have that. I've been trying to write down all of my things that I use. It makes it easier for me to do my supply list, but I missed the dark and the light Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to use the dark Daffodil Delight. And I just kind of did the winged area and then just a little bit under the bottom, and then the tail part right there, a little bit of dark. Then you can go in, and I'm just going to do this one. I think I did it in light on the other card, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it in the dark. We can go back in with some of the light colors here in a little bit. And this is kind of hard. I know I said in my other video too, it's kind of hard to do this and talk and stay within the lines, so I'll do my best to not go outside of the lines, but sometimes I think we do, and that's okay. Okay, and I'm just looking at my card just to make sure, trying to keep everything on track. And I think I colored these little guys in with the light Daffodil Delight. I don't know how many of you have the markers, but I love them. I think they're phenomenal. And then it looks like I don't know why I like to use, and I know I said this in the last video, I like to use the wider, even on the smaller areas. You just barely have to use that tip. And I'm just going to color that in dark, and then I'll go back in with the light. And then I'm just going to color this little flower here in. I haven't really got a chance to play with the blends that much. As I said in my last video, I have been busy working on my display stamper board for Stampin' Up! For On Stage. And that has kept me really busy, along with my online classes. I've kind of increased that a little bit. I've gained quite a few team members during Celebration, and that's keeping me real busy. We had our first team meeting last night, and I was super, super, super excited about that. So if you are thinking about signing up and you don't have a demonstrator or anybody that you know of that is a demonstrator and you'd like to sign up, we would love to have you join our team. We were planning last night, making ideas and talking about doing some card swaps and just different things like that. Just, you know, what we can do as a team to have fun. And all of my people so far that have signed up, I have one girl that is thinking about signing up that is local, and I really, really hope she does. She's a friend that I went to school with, and she's very crafty and likes to do go to retreats and things like that. And so I'm really, really hoping that she signs up, because I don't know how she finds out where all these retreats are, but I would like to start tagging along with her maybe and going to some of them. I'm going to just stop with the light there and go in with the dark. I don't want to get too much dark and not enough of them on this one, though. I am going to just kind of skip around and I'll go back in with the light. But yeah, we were talking about doing card swaps, and we're going to do monthly team meetings, and we just had a fun time. It's nice to get to know them and share ideas with each other and support each other, and it is fun. It keeps me busy, but I still enjoy it. Sometimes I get overly stressed, I think, when I get behind. I was sick last week, and February was kind of a really bad month in our family. We lost an uncle and a funeral, and you know, that kind of thing is never good. And you've just got to kind of like deal with life and go on, and that's kind of what we had to do. Okay, I have all of that colored, so now I'm just going to start putting the card together. Let me grab my glimmer paper. You could use Tombow. I'm just going to use a little bit of snail on the back of there, and you could put the snail on and then put the ribbon on there, but it doesn't really matter. As long as you get enough snail on there, it's going to stick. And then we're just going to put a little bit of snail on the back of her, and you can see where I was telling you that it bleeds through a little bit. So I just wanted to protect my work surface. So we'll just put that on there, and then I'm going to grab some dimensionals. If you do sign up to be a demonstrator, there's like the display stamper that I'm getting to do in April at Onstage. They Stampin' Up! Hosts 2 events each year, and they're called Onstage, and that's where they release the occasions catalog, and the one I'm going to in April is going to be for our new annual catalog, and I am just super, super excited. I don't know what I just got on that. It had to be something on my paper there, but I have this little handy dandy Stampin' Up! Adhesive remover. I don't think that is still available anymore, but I still have one, and I have a brand new one that I've never used. So I have a backup. So then we're just going to take the little banner, and let me find my piercing tool. And I'm just going to put a couple of dimensionals on the back, probably 3, one in the center and one towards each end. One of the girls last night during the meeting asked, you know, how do you pick up the small little pearls and the mini dimensionals and things like that? And that's what I told her. I said, that piercing tool is like a second hand. It's like a second set of fingers for me, and it truly is. Like, it is always right beside me in my little cart that I keep beside me with all my snips and things like that I use. Then I'm just going to use more mini dimensionals. We could use the big ones, but I just don't want to have to worry about them poking through, and these work fine. showing from behind. So I'm just going to use these. I have them out. They're right there. Why not, right? So make sure that you guys visit my blog. It's bobbystamps.com. And I'll have all the supply list on my blog for this card. And just click at the top where it says free card packets if you want to see how you can earn yours. I always send a hand-stamped thank you card to you for my online orders. So this is card 2. This is my favorite card out of the cards, the 3 cards I did this month. This is my favorite one. I love the Flirty Flamingo with that green glimmer paper. It's just beautiful. And remember, if you don't have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. I offer online classes. My current class I'm offering right now is A Good Day. And if you want to sign up to become a demonstrator, you have until March 31st when that great starter packet, the price goes away. So I would love to have you join my team. Again, it's bobbystamps.com. Thanks, guys.